Hey everybody, AC here, and welcome back to another episode of Man-Gust Volume 3. Coming in at number 15 of the mangas that I think deserve anime adaptations. We have Shimotsuki-San Likes the Mob Character. Now this one is an interesting rom-com manga. It's an interesting rom-com manga. The main character is just a loner in class. He just wants to be left alone. He doesn't want to be bothered by anybody. And he's he's that way because of this other guy in class, the popular guy in class, who's so popular that every girl the main character has ever known has fallen for this guy. The main character has a stepsister who the two of them used to be really close. They used to get along a lot, and then she fell for the popular guy, and she started being rude to him after that. And then there's also his former club member who he was really good who he was really good friends with. They used to be in the library committee together, and then she fell for him and completely changed her personality, and so now she's just an outspoken gyaru trying to get his attention. And then there's his childhood friend. The main character's childhood friend. The two of them used to play together and even made a promise when they were kids that they would get married when they grew up. And the main character still remembers that promise, but his childhood friend fell in love with the popular guy. And the popular guy is just constantly bullying the main character, and the main character just wants to be left alone. He doesn't want to be bothered by anyone. All three girls that he knew betrayed him and went and fell in love with the guy who bullies him. On top of that, the popular guy also has a childhood friend. And this childhood friend of the popular guy is Shimotsuki-San. And she is the most popular girl in school. She's the prettiest girl in school, but she's very quiet, keeps to herself, doesn't really communicate, doesn't really talk to people. Tends to just kind of like ignore people, and she's known as the cool beauty. And she doesn't even talk to the popular guy. She has the same attitude with everyone. And then one day, after school, he comes back to the classroom because he forgot something and sees Shimotsuki sleeping at her desk. So he goes and wakes her up, and she wakes up peacefully, and then sees him, and has this weird look of confusion on her face. And then she gets close to him, and he's getting kind of concerned. He's like, "Oh, hey, sorry, just thought I'd wake you up. You were sleeping." And she tells him, she suddenly gets excited and starts talking to him all excitedly. And she tells him that she has this condition where she can hear the energy that people exude. When people speak, they exude a certain energy, and she has this condition where she can hear that energy. It comes off as different noises, as different sounds to her. And the reason why she's so cold to everyone is because most people have energies that are so loud that the noises that she hears coming off of their energies are incredibly painful to her ears. So she tries to ignore everyone, hoping that everyone will leave her alone, and she won't have to be subjected to those horrible noises. And her childhood friend, the popular guy, has the worst noise of all. Every time he talks to her, it hurts her ears. It immensely hurts her ears because the noise emitting from his energy he's giving off is just painful to her. But the main character, the energy he gives off and the noise he's giving off is very quiet, very soothing. She can barely hear it. And she's never met someone like that before. She's never met someone whose energy doesn't cause her pain. And so she starts spending more time with our main character. And she makes it pretty clear to him pretty quickly that she's interested in him. So this is basically just a rom-com story about the two of them, who have both been affected by the popular guy, finding connection with each other. And as the story goes on, the main character's stepsister starts to finally realize that the popular guy might not actually care about her, and might view her as just kind of an accessory. And so she starts to regret treating her stepbrother so badly. But she does have her own reasons as to why she fell for the popular guy. I don't think her reason is an excuse for how she treated her stepbrother. But she does become a bit more of a sympathetic character as the story goes on. And dogs are freaking out downstairs. So that's basically where the story is right now. There's not a whole lot to go off of for this story just yet, but it's still going, and we are still learning about each of the characters one by one. And it seems like what's going to happen is one by one, each of the characters are going to slowly realize how terrible the popular guy is. One by one, they're all going to realize how awful he is. And one by one, they are all slowly going to slowly start to like the main character instead. And I feel like each of the girls are slowly but surely going to become friends with Shimotsuki-San. So it does seem like that's the direction that the series is going in. So yeah, that's really it. That's all I got for this one. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Take care, everybody.